Hi, I'm Angie. So we did name by the way. Um, I'm here now, as well promised 2 days ago. I'll be creating a full guides on how we can migrate a website from one domain to another or from one server to another. So this is a full guide where or in we will gonna be talking about different options of migration. First one is auto migration using a plugin. Second one would be the manual migration. The third one would be the tunneling migration. Tunneling migration is a server-side migration wherein you're going to be breaking on the back-end side of things through SSH. No, so while transferring those files or data. All right. So before we proceed to the actual guide on how we can do the migration, let's understand first the purpose of migration. So migration happens if there's a sudden change with your brand identity, or if the business name has been changed, a different new name. Uh, there's a need for migration, and all your assets only migrated to the new domain name. That's when the migration comes in. Aside from that, if let's say, for example, you're a developer and you're working a website locally and you want to bring it up online, you need a migration process. So vice versa, regardless if it's from the web server and you wanted to work the website locally, you have to migrate as well and place it in the local installation. You understood now how migration works and the purpose of migration. Let's go ahead and proceed with a migration. So I've created 3 URLs here. One is we're gonna be using this uh, first URL for an automatic migration, not via plugin. While this one, we're gonna be using this for a manual migration. And the third one will be using this for a tunneling or SSH migration. And to show you that we are actually doing a live migration from a live website, to give you an example, I'll be migrating the website that I currently manage, this one. So this is a live website and running online. No, and this is actually an active website. So we'll be trying to migrate this to a different server and to give you a real-time situation or real-time scenario with this migration process. I'll be using 2 different servers. One is Ionis, I will posting, and the other one is Hostinger. So the website was actually created few years ago, and then it's hosted under Iona server. So we're gonna be migrating this website to Hostinger. And again, to show you, I've created different URLs. So if you look at it, and as lane, it has 3 URLs here. First one, the second one, and the third one. This one. So these are the URLs. So first, let's do the automatic migration for the plugin. So what we'll be doing here is we'll need to log into the WordPress backend, no, for this website because we're gonna be exporting a data using a plugin. So to give you an example, Nanakwe, I have here an installation, sorry, a backend access from our WordPress. And then all you have to do is to install a plugin called All-in-One WP Migration Plugin. If you don't have, sorry, I was logged out. Let me log it first. Sorry, I was logged in earlier. I'm not sure why I will log out. I will log out. So I have here a plugin called All-in-One WP Migration Plugin. But if you don't have a plugin yet, all you have to do is to install. Go to the plugin section, then click Add Plugin. Then when adding plugin, search Lanka, WP all HAL WP all in one double key migration. This one. So all I have to do is to install this and activate. So since I have already activated this plugin and installed, all I have to do is to use it because I had this installed a long time ago. All we need to do now is to get the backup is to export the website. So but click on or hover the mouse on and then in the plugin portlet, then click on export. All right. And then click on export site to make sure it's selected to file. And then wait for this to, extract everything. And you'll be popped up with a download button and how to do the select. So for now, I don't want to download anything here because I've downloaded this one earlier. If you check here, it's actually in my downloads folder. Tindara. So I've downloaded this one a few hours ago and in preparation for this migration. So we'll reuse that. Now, our next, once you're done downloading, our next step would be to access the destination domain. So this is the first domain that we're going to be working on using automatic migration with a plugin. All you have to do is to log into the backend of this WordPress. Now, and to show you our initial website, let's open the website here. So if you look at it, it's in empty. This is a fresh WordPress installation. So while I show data, we have to migrate the existing website coming from this website to this one. All right. Now I'm inside the WordPress admin. So what I'll be doing here is to, again, same thing, go to the plugins. And by the way, that this installation comes with a free plugins and it's actually a pre-activated. So we have to deactivate this just to make sure it doesn't get in conflict with our migration. And now let's install that WP migration all in one. WP migration, sorry, WP migration. So yep, install. Then once done, simply activate it. No, and then next is hover the mouse and the all-in-one WP migration portlet and then click on import. So this time we're gonna be importing. So the backup will put this into this particular installation. Then click on it, and then file. Though we have to locate a file that we just downloaded. This one, it's in my download folder. And then wait for the process to complete. It will take time. It depends on the amount of data you will be importing, and it depends also how fast your server is. I'm in the destination server. Just to, for the sake of this guide, um, let's wait until the process is done. It will just take a few minutes. I would say around 2 to 3 minutes. Again, this is a very, not too much big website. No, I think this is around four or less than 400 megabytes of data, so it can actually be exported. I mean, it can be exported and imported using this using this plugin. And just to let you know as well that this plugin, the all-in-one WP migration plugin, has a limit of 512 megabytes. So it depends on the hosting configuration if they allow an increase of the upload limit. But then again, some hosting providers, they would allow it, some not. So this plugin is only ideal to work if your backup is less than 512. You're right, it's up. Now we're done. I'll have to click on proceed. Ah, proceed lanta to for further installation to complete, and let's wait until the files is restored from our backup. All right, that's that done. That's pretty quick. Now let's go to save permalinks and then review. That's mine. Let's click on finish. All right. So what you have seen when I click that one, it routes automatically to the login. That's actually okay. That signals that the migration is done. We're done. All right. Um, don't mind about the site verification. That's normal because we changed the domain name, right? If you look at here on the original website, this one, if we log out, and then it has this captcha thing that I am not a robot because the key is validated with this webwifepage.com domain, while the migrated contents is validated with this new domain name. So that the captcha thing is, you know, expected to show, and that can be fixed easily later on. But for the sake of this guide, I'm just showing you how the migration works with a plugin. Now let's pull up the website. All right, we're done. I think we're good. So though the content was migrated from this website to this to this new URL. So looks like pages all good, about, services. So all working good. So we're done. Let's go back here. Um, let's go to our sticky notes. So this is done. So this is done. And the limit, by the way, I just put this in all that if you're using a migration tool plugin, the limit or the blockers, I would say, that you can't migrate a website, most likely is due to a restricted limitation of the upload limit. So as well as the page view timeout. So those are the common errors. Then if that happens, you'll proceed with the next method. And this is how, you know, the next, guide will get to be following this guide. So we're done with the free migration, we're done with the first migration. Now we'll go to the manual migration. So the manual migration, the idea is we have to download the raw files, both for WordPress files, the database. What's downloaded, we need to upload that into the receiving server. That's the idea. So let's go ahead. Let's go here. This is my web hosting. Again, that depends on the type of hosting you're in. Options, navigation, line, it has different user interface. So you have to, be familiarized with your own hosting. And then we're done with this. We're done with this. It's already working. Now let's use this temporary domain, the dark golden rat, for doing the manual migration. So if you hear this one, we'll be using this for the manual migration. So this is my hosting. We'll access the file manager. No, sorry, it's kind of slow. So let's access the wave space. Okay. And let's go and under click and builds. And under click and builds, this is my website, this particular website. So what we'll be doing here, let's extract this, sorry, let's create an archive or a zip. So archive, let's archive this, no, archive, then that zip file. I think that we're gonna take time. Let's go inside. Let's go inside the WebWave page, because what we need only is the WP content. No, we need a WP content as the backup, because WordPress, you can actually use the raw files from the WordPress that work. So in WordPress, we only need the WP content for the migration to work. So what we need to do is, though, I think I have the existing. I've created a zip, I believe. Yeah, I've created earlier as the file from this. So what I did, just right click options and then archive. All right. So it created this particular file, that zip around 5 MB. So what we need to do is to download this. Let's download. Not sure why it's not downloading. Think I have. Let's open this. Let's refresh the tool. For some reason, it's not downloading. So this is also one of the downside of if you work in Azure hosting. You're going to be encounter a lot of issues. And this isn't just happening for this particular hosting. It's also happening on different hosting. So there are a few actions item that you're doing in the back end, I mean, in that user interface, and it's not working as expected. So that's okay. That's understandable. That's the hosting side effects. So let's go inside here, and then the WP contact. Let's locate the WP contact, or this one. So let's check, then download. I don't know what's not downloading. That's actually okay. For some reason, there's an issues with the file manager. Since I've created the WP concept, the WP hyphen content.zip, we can download this using a URL based download. So let's go here. This one. It's open this one. Oops, I think it's downloaded. It was just a delay. For some reason, it created multiple downloads. So, yep, I think we're good. Yep. So we have downloaded now that WP content. Next is what we need is the actual database. Now, so we need to get the database for this website. So we're gonna go here, hosting, and um, here, database. Let's go manage. So again, it's understandable if it's working as short hosting. There's a little bit delay. Um, I'm not sure which database I'm connected to, but we can check that one. Let's go here in the website store, send websites and stores. And then I think it doesn't really show up here. So what we'll be doing is we'll go to the file manager. Let's check the database now connected to this website, and then go to the file manager, and let's open the click and build, and then with wave, then config. Let's locate a config file. So the database is this one. So we're having this database now um, for this particular website. So what we need to do, let's copy this because we need a database. Then go to hosting, then go to database, and then let's find it. All right, right here. This is the database. Click open. This will be downloading the SQL file from the PHPMyAdmin. So to download the SQL file from PHPMyAdmin, all we have to do is to click this first database now. Click on it, and then click on export. So I don't want to export right now because I have exported this one earlier. So if you look at it, this one. So DBS 10 and the DBS 11809164. So I exported this one earlier, but the process is pretty much the same. Click on the database, then click on export. So we're that. So we have now the content file here, and we have the database. So what we'll be doing here is let's combine both. No, at Anisha, let's combine both files, the zip, that ABS. But before we combine that one, let's delete this one. And then before we combine this one, we need to download the WordPress or no, the WordPress core files. The WordPress core files, these are files that you can see in the backend. Not WP contact. You have the WP admin and WP enclosed. So those are the WordPress core files. So let's download. Go to WordPress.org and then click on download. Click on this one. Less this one, sorry. Like this one. Get WordPress. and then click download WordPress 6.8.2. Once downloaded, I downloaded this one earlier as well. So here's the file compressed. This one. So this is the file. So what we'll be doing here is we combine the core files, the WP content, and the database into one folder. So what we'll be doing is let's create first a folder here in our desktop, and let's name it, sir, webwave ph. All right. Now, let's go to the downloads folder. Let's copy this. This one, both files, desktop, and then this one. Let's copy here. And then the one that we downloaded as well for the content, the core files, this one. Let's go to the desktop and then copy it here. Now, what we'll need to do here is we have to extract this and this one to one single folder. So at Anashang extract, you can extract this, sir. Here, then extract here. All right. Then as well as the WP content, let's extract the WP content too. Oops, looks like there's a file, but that's actually okay. That's actually, I think it's extracted. Let me check the themes. All right, I'll get plugins. I'll get. So what we'll be doing here is let's move this WP content inside. Let's move the WP content and the DBS inside the WordPress that we just extracted. But it has the WP content. This is a fresh one. Let's delete this. Now, delete, then go back. Let's copy both, this one, and put it inside here. So we have now the database, so one, and the WP content. Now let's make it as a one single zip file. And then zip. So this is, remember, this is a manual way. No. So there's a lot of steps that's going on. So you have to remember this. So it's created. We have this WordPress file. Now let's go to the destination server. So we'll be using this particular site and likely dashboard. Then let's go to file manager first. Let's open file manager and let's go to database as well, because we need a database for us to be able to import the SQL file later on. So I've created a database earlier. Sorry, I think let's create first the database. So first let's upload files. So go and set up a public HTML folder. Then we're gonna upload. Then that's under desktop. I think with Boif. Then WordPress, this one. Open. So it's uploading. So while uploading, let's create a database as well. So migration. Let's name as same. Then let's add a password. All right, database is created successfully. Now, while waiting for the upload to complete, what we'll be doing here is we'll go and import a database. Now, so, all right, we have this. And then to import a database, let's go to, we need to import a database that we just downloaded earlier. So if you go back here, this one, it's inside the WordPress, this one. So go back here, it's import. And then browse, go to the desktop. Or was it? Is one. And then WordPress This was this particular database. Import. Then click on import. So while waiting, let's go back to the file manager. Let's say how it went. Looks like it's kind of taking time. So let's first wait until this is fully imported. Think for some reason it's taking time. I don't know why it's taking time. Let me check my plan if there's any issues. Oops, I think that's normal. That's the reason. So, all right, that's done. So database has been imported successfully. So what we need to do is to update or check the WP options. So in database, the administrative table, it is under the underscore options table. So if you look at it, we have now the URL. So what we'll be doing here is we need to change the URL. So this is the next step. We need to change the URL for it to work correctly. So we have to change this URL. All right, this one too. That's done. Now let's wait for the files to get uploaded. I think it's taking time to get completed. Almost done. So while waiting for that, let's see how it goes. Let's cancel first error thing. Then all right. Yep, almost done. Oh, that's done. So what we all be doing now is we have to extract this. So let's name it as a park up. Done. So hold on. Let me check. I think it's not fully extracted. Right, that's 10. So what we'll be doing here is the site works in the public HTML. The public HTML, this is the root directory of the website. So we'll be moving everything from the WordPress folder up until the public HTML. So move this one, move file, then click this one to move backward now, one folder. So we're in the backup. Let's click again. And this time we're in the public HTML. So this is the right folder that we need to then click move. So far looks good. Now let's pull up the site to see how it works. Let's see. So right now it shows 403. Let me check if there's any index file. All right, that's actually fine. That's okay. Hold on, public underscore HTML. So what I need to do is we need to change the permission. So directory is files, that's actually okay. Then let's go here, permission, then 644. Right, then done. Let's go back here. So we're working on the green one. Where's it? This one. And then let's go and flush clear cache. And then let's go to the expression as well. Like, then let's pull up. Let's see how it works. Still not working. I think there's some issues with our stinger now. Permission is actually okay. We get, let's see. Oops, it's still not working. Let's check the file manager. Oops, I think I am in incorrect directory I think so. Let me check. I might be in a different file manager. Probably that's reason. I included it incorrectly. But let's move this one out. Green. Ah, that's it. I think I uploaded in that dark golden. Yeah, I think while working on we're working, sorry, my bad. We're working on the manual migration. So we'll be checking the dark golden. So we're in the right folder. So let's pull up, see how it goes. All right, so it's showing now. That means that the manual migration or files upload is recognized. So the next step, or the final step, would be updating the database, the WP config. So what we'll be doing here is this one. Ato na siyang, let's copy this, copy file, then copy lo, and right click, copy config.php. All right, the file name should be like this. Now, that we have here. Now, what we'll be doing here is we have to put in the database that we created earlier. So let's see, we're working on this particular website and then database. So I created earlier this particular database, this one. So let's copy this, copy, right? I think it's the same. And then if you notice, this is the prefix. So we'll be using or updating the prefix as well. Where is it? Sorry. Here. Let's update a prefix. This one. And lastly, the password. So for the password, I'll keep this portion because for security reason, it's not good to show the password to you. But I'll update this. All right, the WP config was now updated with a password. And then let's pull up the site to see how it works. So sir, we're not hatch. For that reason, that's our working design. Oops. I bite. I think my bad. Think the problem here, this one. We re-updated this to an incorrect URL now. So we have to grade this one. All right, that's updated. That's updated so. And until, sir. It's rated rectangle. Let's open up in a private window. It's still updating. Let's go here and let's clear the cache. All right, so done. See, it's working now. So we've got the actual website coming up, and that is done manually. So let's check the pages to see if it's working. Oops, it is not. The reason for that is since we're actually manually uploading, it is missing with a default htaccess. So we'll create one new file, hd.htaccess. That's done. And then let's search default htaccess for WordPress. So here is one. And let's just copy, paste, save, then plot the website again. So working. So all pages, or a king, and we've migrated how? um, the site using the second method, which is the manual migration. That's one. Here, and then the other one is this one. The first website that we migrated using the all-in-one WP migration. Our result get still following. Now let's move to the last part, which is and the automatic migration using the migration using the SSH or tunneling. So you need an SSH for this. You need an SSH login or secure shell access for you to be able to do this. So to do that, I prepared already the shell access. So the shell access depends on the type of hosting you're in. But majority of the web hosting, they already offering SSH access. So just make sure now your hosting has the SSH access. So first, let's download or get the backup of the website. Here, if you notice, this one did the same method. Uh, we have already created the database earlier, right? If you notice, if we go to the hosting environment, we created the WP content.zip, and then we also uh, created a database. This one. Uh, sorry, Swip space is not available. But we created that earlier to show you. Let's access this one here, and then it will be the same process. By the way, this one. Where was it? Click and builds, and then WebWave. So we have the content. I'll be using the same content as well. Content, and then I also exported a database. This one here, right? So we'll be using that one as well as the content file. Now let's proceed. So what we'll be doing here is we have to log in to SSH for the receiving account. And this time I'll be using the last one, which is green. This one, this particular website. And then let's create a database first, because we need also the database now that to be created. So migration to, let's use a migration to. By the way, manual creation of a database is needed because we're on Azure hosting. It can be created using a CLI or can be created using SSH. Only a dedicated server and a VPS can create via secure access. So we're done. We created the database. Now let's log into the backend to migrate. So here, enter Lenta. All right. So let's go inside. So we'll be using the green one, this particular website. And then, so what we'll be doing here is we have to remember, we do download the core files. Now we have to download same thing, but this time it won't be downloaded locally to our PC. We'll use the shell access. So right click and then click on copy link. Go back to your shell, wget this one, and then enter. Paste the you just paste the link of the WordPress. So you have now the WordPress latest, this one. So we have to unzip this. Sorry, unzip this one. Once done, we need to remove the public HTML because we don't need this. Then rename the WordPress to the public HTML, this one. All right, we have now a WordPress installation files. Next is we have to remove the prolific content because this is a fresh WordPress content. We don't need this one. No, let's remove this. Now, as I've shown to you earlier, we have this WP content wp-content zip file. We have that. Now we have to grab this file from this server, this source server. And how to do that? Same thing, simply access this website, copy, and then wp content dot zip, right? So we have here wget. So the wget will actually ask the system to, instruct the system to get the files from this specific URL. This is the source. Enter. So it is uploaded now, almost done. It will just take a few minutes. For some reason, the destination server is a bit busy. It's taking time to upload. Usually it's fast, but it depends on, I think, depends on the time. All right, done. Next is we also need a database. So if you see here, I already created the database as well. So if we check the actual name, this is that name. So we're gonna be getting this. So same process, same command. We'll just have to replace it like this, and then go back, doubly get, then enter. All right. So we have now both the scale file and the content file. So what we need to do is unzip the contents. Unzip it. Let's maximize this a bit. Right, it's done. So we have now the files migrated successfully, but the website won't work yet. Guess the final step is to configure a database. So now we created earlier that database is one. So what we'll be doing is we have this particular database. We have to rename this to the same file name of this database. So CP, just simply creating a copy, but with a different name. And then this one, this, this particular name, then that is SQL, so to that SQL. So we have now this particular database. Next is we don't have the config file, as you can see with the one. So we need also to create a config file. Out from this. Now, out from this specific file, that's one. And then let's name it config that per config that php. Oh, sorry. I think I have renamed it. It's just this just changed the he. So config that php. All right, we have now this one. Next is we have to do the nano thing. The nano is to edit the file. Enter it. And we have to copy the database. Let's stay here. Copy the database. Copy. I think it's the same thing. All right. And then, so I'm gonna be inputting the password, but I'll just cut it short here. Because again, this is a password. So, but I'll be updating it now. All right. So the password has been updated. So we can confirm by checking the WPDB check. And we've connected to the database successfully. So now the reason why we renamed this one, or we created a copy to this particular name, is for us to be able to use the WT CLI to easily import to easily import the SQL. So we just need to WPDB import. That's the command. Then we're done. So let's check the content if it is migrated fully. Just to double check. We have to ensure that it's migrated and we're done. Now it's migrated, same thing. Since it's done, it's used the SLC, it's using that different URL, I mean that original URL. So we'll have we have to update both the table prefix as well as the WP content. So how to do that? Same thing. We have to. First is we have to load we have to nano the config file. So all right, so I just cut the person earlier because it has the password, but this is how you update a table prefix again using the CLM and using the SSH. I just copy and paste. Then to save this, Control X, Y, and Enter. All right, it's updated. Let me check the WPTV chat. Now it has loaded all the tables, so we have to check that URL, WP option, yet com. It's still using the old URL, and this time to finalize the migration, we have to update the URL. So what we need to do is to simply replace this with this particular URL. So the command is WP option, update home, input, then WP option, update site URL. All right, now to change all the links from this original URL to this URL, we need to do a WP search replace. So WP search hyphen replace, then the old URL, and then the new URL. Enter. So this will instruct the server to replace all the existing links from this particular domain to the new one. Now let's pull up the website, see how it goes. It's working. Then let's see contact. So same thing, the contact is not working or the pages is not working. As explained earlier on the second method, the HTS does not exist because you are actually replacing the core files. So what we'll be doing here is we'll just simply create. As you can see, it does not have any HTSS file. So we'll just create nano, command is nano, that ht access. And then just simply copy this one. Then to save this file, Control X, Y, Enter. Forget, then refresh. There you have it. All migration perfectly done. And we covered everything. So to sum up, I gave you the guide to do a migration thing using different methods. First is the automatic migration. The automatic migration just using a plugin is early get, but there's a blocker for that. Again, the blocker it's restricted with the upload limit and the page view limit. So as long as you're bound within the limit, you're okay, you're safe. But if you're migrating a website that's having a big, let's say, data or size, migration tool might not work. So you need either manual migration and the tunneling migration through SSH. And by the way, the tunneling migration, this is actually being used for most of the migration specialists because it's really easy and it's less issues when it comes to migration. So what I'd like you to do is to review this material. And if you'd like to, level up your skills as a student, as a virtual assistant, or as just someone that tries to create a website and migrate it at a different server or from server to a local server, this guide is really for you. And if you think that this guide helps you a lot, hopefully you can share this. Others can see this and can check our guide. So that's it. I think Hacker Herdan. I don't know if I've covered everything, but hopefully I've covered everything. That's it. Bye for now.